Hello, so welcome to Learn with Monies. So, first of all, in order for us to create a program, right, which is going to store the student records, right, or details, we need to do it using any compiler of your choice. So I'm using dev C++ compiler. So under file, I select where it says new, then I select where it says source file. Then now we start writing. So first of all, we do the usual. We just write our include our header file called iostream using namespace std, just like that. Then we're going to write our main part of our program, just like that. Then return 0. Okay, so in order to create or declare a class, no, not a class, a structure which you're going to store students the information, right, what we need to do is we come here and say struct. Then we're going to give a name to our structure which we are going to be using. Let's say a student as usual, because that's the right word to use, student. Then we're going to open our open brace and our closing brace, then put a semicolon here, just like that. So which information do we need to store for any certain student? So we're going to be writing our what we call member variables here, right? So which we're going to store, we need to store a first name, a user's first name. So either we use string or characters. For this video I'm going to be using characters. Then I'll be like f name, right, just like this. Then the name might be like 12 characters long or so. Then the student surname might be what, his name might be also 12 characters long, just like that. Okay, so now what's the other part information we should need for a student? The student have a name, a surname, a gender. So a gender we're going to use like character gender, just like this. Then this one is just going to store a m as a gender, or what, m or f. Those are the two options which we're going to be using. Besides that, now a student have an age, right? So this is something which we need to store in our in our program. So it's like this, an age. So this one is an integer, so integer age, right? Exactly. So what else do we need to store for a student in our class, right, in our classroom, right? So first name, gender, age, or maybe total marks for the, or for all, average total mark for every subject, right? Just like all together the marks. So the marks can be can come is like maybe 80.5%. So that means we are going to be using a float data type. So we're going to say marks, just like this. Okay, so now we'll go to our main program. Now we are done by writing the structure, yes, for the student. Now we have to create an array of that structure, right? An array which is going to store a different number of what, students, which the teacher or the user was going to enter. So we're going to give an option to the teacher that, hey teacher, enter the number of students which you want to store in the record, right? Just like that. So first of all, we either do this int what, num, just like this. So this one this we what, store like the number of what, students, right, yeah, just like that. Then after that, right, so we're going to say this cout, right, print something to the screen that, okay, enter the number of students to enter into the record, just like that. Okay, it's long, right, but somehow I hope it will work? Yes, it will work. Okay, just like that. Now we're going to say cin num. So this num variable is going to store what? To store the number of, okay, yes, yeah, store, capture the number of what? Students to be stored. So now after that, now we're going to say go back to where the student, right? It's the same way which we do with classes, which we did on the banking management system video. We can do the same here. So we're going to say student. So we want to create a variable of a structure type. So we're going to say student, and we're going to say stud, not std, and we're going to create it as an array. So array will store the number of students which the user want to store. So it's going to remain like that. So before we proceed, right, we just want to check if there's an error. If there is an error, we just correct. If there is no error, we just proceed. Okay, now we want to save our file, right? Okay, so we're going to say student data, yeah, just like this, and click on save. So just going to run and check if there is any error. As I said, okay, enter the number of students, okay, 50, and there is no error, and let's begin. Okay, before this I just have to put a space here. Yeah, now let me just scroll down and give a space, enough space for us to work on. Okay, now we're going to what? Yeah, to capture some information. But first of all, the thing which we need to do is what? To use what we call a for loop. The for loop is going to be used to store information what? Into our C++ program. So here's what we're going to do. Okay, give a space here, for loop. For, okay, for what? For int, is there an I which was used for int s, yes, is equal to what? To 1. Then s is less than or equal to num, which is the number of what? The number of which was defined by the user. Then s plus plus, that means this one we're going to start from 1 up to that certain number. Okay, now we want to write our functions here. So what can we do for us to be able to request and get some information which is going to be stored in our character, right? First name, surname, gender. We're going to be using some cout statements. So we're going to be like this, cout, right? Okay, on our first run, this is what you need to do. So enter, okay, first name, just like this, right? Then we're going to say, okay, enter, okay, surname, just like this. So we haven't captured the information like putting the C in. We just want to state out this C out. Okay, enter, gender. Then we're going to specify how the gender should be placed, is displayed M or what, or male or female, just like that. Okay, put our semicolon. Now on the third part, we're going to say age of the what? Of the student. So we're going to say enter age. Okay, then semicolon, then enter, okay, marks, yeah, just like that. Now as we have completed this part, this C out, right, what we need to do, right, is now is to put our C in, right? C in. So in order, so we're going to be using this variable name, so that which is this variable name for us to store the whole information which we need. So this is how we do it. Okay, right? So what we need to do is, right, we just write right, student, then we put these ones, right, num. Okay, no, now we're going to put s, right, s. Then we're going to use a dot operator. So first of all, we just want to store our what student first name, f name, just like this. Then we're going to do this. But before we proceed, let's just compile and run for us to check if there's any error which you are facing. So let's say enter the number of students to enter. Okay, to enter into the record. Okay, 1, just like that. So the program just continue running without us giving any input. So let's fix it. So in order to do this, right, so we're going to write cin, just like this. So the information will be stored here. Then the same thing we're going to be doing it for the rest of the program, because we're going to be using cin until then we say s name, just like this, put a semicolon. Then I'm going to do this and put a dot. Then you say okay, this one is a gender. Okay, then next of one we're going to say dot operator. Okay, what are we going to store? That's the age, right? Age, yes. Then we're going to say use a dot operator to store what? Okay, the student marks, just like that. Okay, but as you can see, there is no C out here. Next line. So we're going to use it because we need our program to be neat, nicely done. Okay, /n in front of e. Okay, before that, so okay, what I need to do is I'm going to put a line here so that you can give a space. Yeah, I hope it will be good. Okay, /n, just like that, and /n. Okay, semicolon. And now let's run our first program. Yeah, so I need to enter one. As you can see, now enter name Bonisi, enter surname Mtunzi, enter whether is female or male, enter age 34. That's not my age though. So the program will just crash because it is finished, but it needs to continue somehow. So this is where we're going to fix everything. So now let's do this. So since it's told some age, there's something which I made a mistake, as you can see. So in marks, as you can see, I've entered a wrong information, right? So let's go back and see. Okay, float, these are marks, right? Int age, this is an age, right? So there is some error. Gender m. So let's rerun. Before rerun, let's say max, yes, student marks, student age. Let's check again. Okay, one student, name is Mbonisi, surname is Mtunzi. So the surname should be a okay, yes, exactly. Okay, then enter gender is going to store one character, male. Enter age, integer. Let me just put 24. Now what's the error now? Float marks. So there is an error which I need to fix. So let me just check on it. Okay, after entering student marks, and what's next, right? Okay, if I enter age. Okay, so it seems like there is no kind of error here because I just the program doesn't know what to proceed with. So let's do this. So after entering information, so it needs to display the information. So I'm going to use the same function here which we have used. So we're going to paste it here, but now we're going to be removing this cin statement, this cin, just like this. Okay, then I'm going to do the same as on here. Okay, and I'm going to remove cin, and on this one I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, then on this one I'm going to do the same thing until I complete. And this one, let me do it again. Okay, so now let's just check if our program is going to do well. So int, we're going to be using a different integer variable here. So we're going to be using, let's say w and w. So and this one we're going to be changing them into w and w. So now let's see if there is an error which is going to show up. So I think something, these are okay. Let's compile and run and see. On this box it seems like there's no error, right? So let's just run. So I just want to enter one information for one student. Okay, first name, yes. Surname, yes. Gender, M. Age 24. A marks, let's say 98.45. So it's going to request for another first name. So this is where it all goes wrong, right? So okay, enter. Okay, let me see. Okay, so after completing this, right, I have to remove this enter. Okay, let me do this. Let me remove this again, and let me remove this one and this one again, and let's see. So what the program will do, right, is going to say, okay, int w is equals to 1 and w is equals to the number of user input right there. Then we're going to print the value of student dot, let's just see. Okay, dot, okay, first name, just like that. I think that's well. Let me see if there's anything to be corrected here. Yes. W plus and yeah. Okay, so I think I've figured out the error which I'm having here. The thing is, okay, as I can see here, okay, since we are using an array, right, we are going to start at 0, right, because it will start on 0. Then it is going to store our information on 0, right, on, yeah. Then here we're going to be we should use less than not equal to, because we're dealing with arrays. Then I'm going to change this one into 0 again, and let's see if we run the program again if it's going to work successfully, and I hope it will do. So enter a number of students to enter 1, then first name, yes, surname, gender, age 24, marks 98.46, just like this. As you can see, the program is successfully printed. So these are common errors which everyone can face during programming. Yes, yeah. So in order for us to have it look nicely, so we're going to say displaying information, just like this. We're going to put this C out here just like this, and what I'm going to do, right, is going to say is student record, yeah, just like that. So you're going to the next line, then it's going to print out everything. So let me just put another one just like this. I think it's okay. Okay, now, okay, what I can do, right, for the program to look good, I'm going to include what we call a clear screen here, system clear screen. So it's going to say whenever this part of the code is run and finished, when it goes to the next part, it's going to clear everything, the previous work which we were doing. So before that, I needed to put some slash tag here, which we are going to be using for us for the program to look nicely. So okay, we are going to put it within these quotations, right? Just like that, and this. Okay, so for me to be able to test it out, right, I'm going to do this. Okay, I'm going to comment this one out so that I can see if it's displaying nicely. Compile and run. Okay, one. Okay, it's not even yet, so let me just return. Okay, let me close, and I probably should put more tabs here. Yes, and this one will require, I think, 3 of them. And now let's run our code, our program, I mean. So number of students 1, then student name, yes, surname of the student, yes, the gender of the student, yes, the age of the student, yes, and the marks of the student. Yes, yes, as you can see, it will just display. So I can even fix it by just adding a tab on this one and adding a tab on this so that it can display nicely. But guys, so this is how you just create a program, a student program, which is a program which is going to store student information in C++ using structures. Yeah, so let's see if we can do something good here. At the same time, we just want it to display good, so I'll end the video after saying if this information is okay. So I'm going to enter a different information for a different person, right? So let's say is the person's called Kelly, then surname, and she's a female, and her age is maybe 34, and the marks she's 75, right? 0.2. As you can see, this is how we do this structure using C++, and we display the result nicely done like this. Yes, we have faced some complication, but somehow we managed to resolve it. So guys, thank you for watching. If this video was useful for you, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so that you can even see some future content which I'm going to be posting on C++ and other subjects. So this is Learn with Mbonis. Bye for now.